There's also the news from yesterday that Josh Simmons is back in Kansas City. So we'll ask Nate about that as well, including maybe our random question of the day. We can carry over that right away.
Yeah.
For Nate Taylor.
That's a man who travels. That's a
well-traveled
man.
Travel tips, Nate Taylor absolutely can provide some. I don't know if he's ever been to the Bahamas, though, but he's certainly been out of the country more than anybody else in this building.
I said, what's the last thing you bought on a trip? What's something you bought on a trip that you're like, what a great travel purchase that was? To make travel easier.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I guess you want to do this from the adult perspective because there's always kid stuff you buy, but
exactly.
Al's traveling solo.
Yeah. It was really cool to get my son a throwback Pele jersey.
Nice.
On my return from Sao Paulo.
That's cool.
In terms of like what has made my travel life easier, now this is held up for I want to say more than 5 years. I know it's going to cost a lot, but luggage is so important, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot stress that enough. It was Holly who put me onto Away. So we both have Away bags. They are durable. They are flexible. I am someone who, even if I'm going on a week-long trip out of the country, right, I still don't, and again, I'm a man. I'm not a lady. You guys have totally different requirements. But I'm someone who doesn't like to check a bag as much as possible. Even if I'm going to London, even if I'm going to like Sao Paulo for 5 days or whatever it was. Like, so that luggage is really, really important. And I would also say like noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With you.
Somebody already said I love
the luggage thing.
Kind of. I mean, again, and I got kids. I got a 6-month-old, so I understand why you would need that.
The luggage thing it's interesting. So that's what I was explaining to them. Is like normally I'm all about checking the bag because I overpack. But now that everybody's charging for bags and stuff, I'm like,
Correct.
I bought a nicer piece of carry-on / personal item luggage for this trip.
Excellent.
And I also bought one of those vacuum things.
Ooh,
so I'm hoping so I can still overpack. So if this goes well, then I'm never going to check a bag again.
You know, there's a movie, and I need to double check it. No, it's not that one. It's got George Clooney in it.
Up in the Air.
Up in the Air, yes. Up in the Air is in. It's one of my favorite
Anna
movies.
Kendrick.
Yes, that was an early Anna Kendrick.
He just tosses her suitcase and he's like,
no, we cannot
Get your
do
life
this.
down.
Yeah.
You're talking about how much minutes you waste in an airport.
Correct.
Like messing around with stuff like that.
I hold that near and dear to my heart. I completely agree with the principle of that. You know, for me, I was once the young Anna Kendrick character, and you know, my sensei, my trainer was Howard Beck, who covers the NBA. We used to work together way kind of feels weird to say, like almost 15 years ago at the New York Times. And this is my first time like traveling as a young up and coming adult. I was like 23, 24 at the time. And again, NBA schedule is even more difficult than NFL, obviously, because you're going on 4-game road trips. You know, 4 games in 6 days or 5 games in 9 days, depending on like if it's a West Coast swing. So you really got to get this stuff down. But yeah, headphones are a big deal. If you really care about your neck, I guess you could do a pillow. I've chosen not to go that route.
I don't care about my neck, I guess.
I really don't care about my neck either. But like, you know, I understand people, you know, in particular, like who don't like to be in, you know, planes. You might want to have that. But luggage, which is like the first thing that they address in the Up in the Air movie, I completely agree. Like this is your life that you are bringing with you. You need it to be secure, sound, and able to get through multiple airports.
Sauce Gardner packing his bags to Indy. So yeah. What do you make of that trade, huh?
I love this woman. I love this woman so much. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, it's Carly.
Yep.
Like I love Carly Ursay. God,
it's
I love
an overpay though, right?
It's such like new ownership, hot new thing. Like I got control of the team now. It's. I mean, I hate to say it, but it feels a bit new ownership, knee jerk reactions.
Another big trade in the NFL. The Jets have also traded away defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. He is now a Dallas Cowboy, according
Crazy.
to
What are the Cowboys doing? All right, let's stick. We'll get to that trade.
Get to that in a second.
What the hell are the
Crazy.
Cowboys doing? All right, sorry.
Well, they're out on Maisie Smith. We know that. Just insane. Hey, Jerry said we can't be losing to the Cardinals no more, baby. Give me everybody. Logan Wilson, the whole crew. Well, let's clear their defense sucks. So, I mean, I guess if you want to not, deal with draft picks and deal with your scouting department, go ahead. When it comes to Carly, though, I do love this that, once again, Chris Ballard has found a way to, clear himself another year or two, because we got to see this through with Sauce Gardner. This is also very reminiscent of NBA trades, and I know Drew knows this pretty well, where you pay the guy
and then trade him?
And then you trade him.
No. The way they structured the contract, almost like they were planning this all along or something.
Hey, new administration, obviously with the new head coach. They are cleaning house because even though the Jets have talented players, it has not coalesced in anything substantial, even with the addition and the subtraction of Aaron Rodgers. So, again, makes sense. Get a bunch of draft picks. Built this up the natural way in the NFL, which is through the draft. You hope Aaron Glenn continues to motivate guys. I know for Chiefs fans specifically, they're like, well, if they got rid of Quinnen Williams, come on, Jermaine Johnson. Come on, Breece Hall.
Seriously.
I mean, you could.
Everyone's on the.
There's no reason.
The whole team's on the block.
There's no
y'all.
reason not to trade the other two guys now if you're the Jets. I mean,
That's
you're
my point.
ripping this thing down to the studs.
Yep, and look, we know
foundation. They might be taking it to the foundation. I'm not even sure they're leaving the studs.
The Jets have only one win. They don't have a quarterback. They have a first-year head coach. Tear it down. Totally get it. But I just love the fact that Carly understands that as of right now, the Colts are still the 1 seed, right? Even though they lost. So hey, you want to lean more on defense. You want to build the entire roster around Daniel Jones. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, but you're gonna look up in 2026, 2027, especially, and be like, we don't
better be in some AFC title. Better be in some AFC title games.
And is Daniel Jones? My question is Daniel Jones going to be the quarterback in 2027?
I think this tells you that they're signing him to an extension in the offseason.
But is he good enough to ensure him that he's going to be on the roster in 2027?
So some of this could be the Colts owner, but the fact that the Jags are one of the teams who made one of the bigger moves. Obviously, the two biggest moves came out of Dallas and, of course, Indianapolis. But the fact that it was the Jags and the Colts, and we see these others, I kind of feel like there might be a little more aggressiveness in the AFC because they think that there's an actual opening in the AFC for the first time in a million years. And they're saying, if there's a year to just throw all caution to the wind and take a shot at this thing, maybe it's when the Chiefs are 5-4 and don't quite look like themselves yet. And maybe there's if there's ever going to be a window in the let's get past Patrick Mahomes camp, maybe this is the season and let's find out if we can do it. I kind of thought maybe it was that. The Broncos made a small move, I think, for they're rumored to maybe make a small move.
They'll make a move by the
They'll make a move.
They'll make a move by the end of the trade deadline, is my understanding.
Will the Chiefs? I guess that's what people who are listening to this show want to know. I want Malik Collins. I think that's daydreaming. So can I get anybody? Is there a trade out there? Because trusting this defensive line right now, and I think teams have figured out to put them in base, and that's why Jaden Hicks can't get on the field.
Correct.
And they're exposing their linebackers. It just feels like they need a body on the defensive line to solve some of this.
It would definitely help. Now, I want to make sure people understand it's easier to acquire a running back based on draft pick compensation. The Chiefs, depending on what website you look at, don't have a ton of cap space. So that's why the Christian Fulton of it all becomes fascinating.
Yeah,
because
that would take that deal.
If someone is willing to take that deal, that could free up more cap space for you to make an addition where you actually going to play that guy on the field. I know there's a lot of concern amongst fans that are saying, "Hey, if Brett Veach and the front office do something, are they actually going to play that player in a way that's going to make a serviceable impact?"
Last year they didn't with Josh Uche.
Correct.
And I think it's very tough to crack through on Spags. I don't think it's a nothing. That's why I think defensive tackle matters. Defensive tackle, I don't think it would be a Spags thing. I think they're the starter by default immediately.
Correct.
As in, they don't have somebody else they can just like make an excuse to play more than that player. Like at edge, they'll just still play Gelati. They'll still play Aminihu. It'll be hard to get the snaps.
Yeah, Dana's somewhere in the mix. Way. Yeah, I know. They need an extra edge rusher, in my opinion. I think that's what was most revealed, because you kind of knew the issues already with, Drew Tranquill, right? He's not in the prime of his career necessarily, but he's still a good, very useful football player. Chris Jones can still occupy double teams, as we saw late in the fourth quarter. He can still affect the quarterback. That led to
same Chris Jones.
Oh, of course not. No, he's still really good, guys. I know that there's numbers. I know there's metrics. It's the talent around him, right? He cannot, lift all boats in the same way he did in 2022. That would be asking a lot for a guy. But you would have hoped, even with signing him to a contract, that you were going to use a number of draft picks, and none of them have worked out outside of George Karlaftis. Like, we'll see what happens with Ashton Gelati. They need to play him more to get him as much experience as possible. But look, Felix Enrique-Uzama, not on the team right now. He's on IR. Same with Omar Norman-Lott. Unfortunate, but that's what has happened. Charles Omenihu has not been as consistent as we've seen in the past.
He's been a better second half player, so I'm just like hoping for that.
Yeah, you're hoping.
Do the Chiefs view? I guess here's a question we had mentioned earlier in the show. Mm-hmm. They're 0-4 in one-loss games. They're 0-4 when teams score more than 20 points. Which is weird for them.
That's
right. The opposite of everything they've been the entire Patrick Mahomes era. They are historically way better than normal,
right?
In those spots, they have a winning record when teams score more than 30 against them. It doesn't under Mahomes. So that's surprising. Is there a thought internally of fear that why they're having more struggle against winning teams this year? They're 1-4 against winning teams.
Correct. Well,
teams actively in the playoffs. How about that?
The game script has not gone according to plan in the first half, and I think that puts a lot of burden on Mahomes, as we saw in those first 2 weeks. They had an awful first half against the Chargers. They had a chance to take the lead against the Eagles. We know that's when Kelsey dropped the touchdown pass that turned into basically a 14-point swing in the other direction. When it comes to Jacksonville, that's probably one of the more wild variant games that you can ever have, because they were up 14-0. And allowed Jacksonville to sort of hang around that game. Of course, we all know Chris Jones is not realizing the play was still going on. And then you have a team like Buffalo, who I need to give a ton of credit to, because I thought they did not play up to their talent for the past month. But it was clear to me that they were very much locked in, focused, motivated against knowing exactly how to attack the Chiefs, both offense and defense, and hoping that they would get a lead that they could sort of control the tempo of the game, and obviously manage the pass rush ability and just managing the overall blitz intake that you're going to get from Steve Spagnuolo when you're not behind, when you're the one sort of dictating on first down. Obviously, James Cook is still a very good football player, but when you are ahead, Josh Allen doesn't feel the need to make mistake-worthy plays. He can be playing within more control. He can spread the ball around to more tight ends. What we are noticing is that the Chiefs don't get control by the second quarter. It is hard for them, for whatever reasons, and I've shared a few of them, it's hard for them to sort of take the reins back in the second half. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've lost these one-score games, is they are not the team necessarily dictating. And at the same time, if you're a talented team like the Bills, well, now I can run on first, second, third down, because I still have fourth down with a giant quarterback who I'm more than comfortable giving the ball to on quarterback sneaks. And you're not comfortable doing that, which means you're playing at a disadvantage.
All right, do you got a compensation for Quinnen Williams? This, by the way, it's funny because Sauce Gardner is their opponent.
I haven't seen it, and I'm not ready.
You ready?
So it's just funny because Sauce Gardner is their opponent 2 games from now.
Correct.
Quinnen Williams is now their opponent 3 games from now.
Yep.
So Broncos, I guess, go and add whatever future star jet they have. Garrett Wilson to the Broncos.
Every upcoming
right?
Every upcoming opponent is added a key player. Now, Sauce Gardner, of course, with the Colts has multiple years remaining on his contract. Quinnen Williams has multiple years on his, but Jake Laser reporting final compensation is still being worked out. But as of now, the Cowboys are trading a second-round pick this year and a first next year for Quinnen Williams. And yeah, I understand he's under contract,
3 first
but
2 years from now and 2 first.
They're a 3-5-1 football team. Okay, they're a 3-5-1 football team, and they just gave up more draft picks for the defense.
In fairness, he said he was going to replace Micah Parsons with a star defensive lineman, and he certainly spent the capital they got from Micah Parsons on.
In order to do it.
He spent a little bit less because it's a first and a second, or second and a first versus a first and a first, but it's pretty close.
Parsons in a second for Williams and Clark.
But is that worth it?
And
But
two
I just
first
paid
rounders.
No, that's what I was about to say. But like at some point, we have to sit Jerry Jones and say.
By the way, it's the
best?
Cowboys first they gave up, not the Packers first. So it's even worse.
Even worse.
You gave up the pick
Based
that's
on
going
what
to
we
be
know
worth.
about these two teams, yes.
The Packers are going to be picking 20 something. The Cowboys are going to pick 10 to 15 probably.
So again, we have to sit Jerry Jones down and say who is the better player, who is the more impactful player. It's Micah Parsons every time.
I know people want the Chiefs to be aggressive, but like some of this stuff is crazy. Like like our buddy Rich, Rich is a good dude. Listens to the show on the station all the time. He said, "Hey, at least they're trying to get better. Can't say the same for the Chiefs." I mean, like, yes, come
She's
on,
been at 3
come on
Super Bowls
now.
in a row.
Stop.
Cowboys-
Come on
the
now.
Cowboys
You want
are a
Jerry?
lost hope.
You want Jerry Jones's mindset instead? Are you kidding me?
No, I don't. Again, Jerry, whatever interpersonal relationship you guys had, whether there was, legitimate friction, obviously, you didn't love that Micah Parsons had his own podcast or whatever. That dude is so talented, and no one's ever said, well, he doesn't play hard. It's not like he doesn't care about football. Like, if you're willing to, and again, everybody said this, I'm not breaking new ground, but like, if you're willing to pay Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, you make a nice trade for George Pickens, so your offense is humming. Your offensive line has actually been better than I anticipated. Like, all you had to do was pay Micah Parsons, and you would have been functional on defense. The problem is Jacoby Brissett is knifing you down the field because you don't have a functional defense.
Nate, what are you hearing on the Chiefs as far as because I get all these moves, and look, I think earlier today I'd sent out a joking tweet that said, "Man, they're trading him. Trade for Quinn Williams, Chiefs." Like kidding, but not kidding.
Not
but maybe,
kidding.
But maybe you don't think about it.
Not with that
And so,
compensation.
well,
Picking
in
up a
fairness,
second and a
I
first
sent that
rounder.
out before I knew what
Yeah.
the compensation would be.
So,
But
yeah, go ahead.
the rumors is that I think that there might be some truth to this. The Chiefs aren't going to want to overuse draft capital because they see a roster rebuild in their future, and giving up too much at a trade deadline like this probably isn't worth the juice for them. Do you think that there's some truth to that?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to be reasonable, ladies and gentlemen. And whether you like this or not, I'm sorry, but the Chiefs are not giving up a first or second round pick for anybody today.
They shouldn't.
No. No.
And so
I didn't think they would be in that market.
And so if you're asking me right now, based on the market, which again, kind of going crazy right now, because I thought this was
Jets are getting theirs.
I thought it was going to be a pretty mild trade deadline, to be honest. Now, no one maybe saw the Jets going like full on fire sale, or they obviously kept it a little closer to the vest. For the Chiefs, I think the highest they'll go is a 4th round pick that can conditionally turn into a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
They're also getting Mozzie Smith, by the way, in that deal.
Yeah, because
second and first
like I said, the
Jets
Cowboys are out on Mozzie Smith. We've known that for
He's a part of the deal.
a couple, maybe a month now. I think that's been in the circles, as I should say.
Yeah.
So obviously, the Jets will take on a rookie contract versus a contract that we just gave someone.
Have you heard any name though? Like again, I'm with you on the compensation. We've brought up like a Sebastian Day or whatever, Joseph or whatever his name is in Tennessee. It's like a 6th round pick, probably compensation for him. Obviously, the Collins kid out of Cleveland, people have linked only because he's from Kansas City.
Right.
I feel like more than anything else.
He's getting sacks.
He
He's got 4 or
is,
5
but
sacks.
I think we make too much of the KC connection. I wouldn't mind him here though. Are you hearing anything?
I mean, of course, I'm hearing things.
Okay.
guys.
Okay. All right.
Any other players we didn't just mention?
So Myles Garrett. Wow. Perfect. Got it
Brad-
figured out. Yeah.
Bradley Chubb.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Look,
for the
he's-
Dolphins, they should be they should be trading him.
You're talking about another local connection, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But Bradley Chubb is someone that the
Bradley
Dolphins
Chubb?
should not be keeping past.
Dolphins
today.
should be doing what the Jets are doing, honestly.
Well, they're in a bit of a strange situation because obviously they got rid of their general manager,
Right.
And they're still trying to decide what they're going to do with Mike McDaniel. Obviously, they gave that money to Tua. You could call him, you could bug him. You can be annoying. I mean, I'm not saying you can be annoying. Look, if they go get Breece Hall, I mean, it'd be interesting.
I just don't think it solves their real problems.
Correct. Yeah, and that's no disrespect to Breece Hall. It's just their biggest priority needs to be how can we get to the quarterback And not just a quarterback, I should say. How can we get to these above average quarterbacks that we know we're going to see if we're in the mix in January? Like Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Obviously Josh Allen, who you just saw and kind of exposed. I mean, look, guys. Why did the Chiefs lose? Here's why they lost. You can say whatever you want to say about the offense, right? And Andy Reid's being ultra aggressive up until the point that it's like 4th and goal from the 1 right before halftime, even though you know you're getting the ball to start the second half. Forget all that, okay? The offense had a bad day. The offensive line, as we all know, kind of had its first performance of the season. You want to know why the reason you lost to the Bills, ladies and gentlemen? Josh Allen completed 23 of 26 passes.
Yeah.
All that tells me is either A, they were finding easy solutions, which, yes, i.e. tight ends, and B, you couldn't get consistent pressure on him to make him have more incompletions, let alone hitting him, sacking him, all those, without a blitz in the mix.
2 things on the defensive line. One, if they were to trade for a defensive lineman before 3 o'clock, how much communication do they have with Steve Spagnuolo with this? Because last year, Uche, of course, never got on the field. I think we all agree. I don't care if they trade for somebody and they don't put them on the field, then it doesn't matter.
What are we doing? Right.
So that's where I'm at. Like, hey, if you're not going to find out that you're going to play him in a couple weeks, then I don't want them trading for a defensive lineman. And then the follow up to your Bradley Chubb, rumor that you're hearing.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, is I pulled up. Saying. No, I agree with. I pulled up his contract.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
This seems like a no.
Well,
to explain the contract for me, how does this work?
They would have to eat some money.
$12 million the rest of the, or $12 million cap hit this year, $31 million next year, $31 million the following year. Potential out, there really is not one.
They'd have to eat some money.
Yeah, that's. And Chris Jones has a $48
I think it's why I like Malik
cap.
Collins. He's essentially nothing.
Let's be honest about the Chris Jones contract. You can move some things around.
Okay.
Next year.
Good, because they need to.
Yeah, and they know that. Yeah.
That number's high.
Yeah, they know that. I mean, I'm not again breaking new ground. Like it's you can look at a certain thing now and say, well, okay. I mean, honestly, because of the Jets, just go get Jermaine Johnson, man.
There's rumors that they're talking there. I think the rumor from maybe it was Rappaport, it was Pelissaro, is that they've been offered a second for him. Now, if that's the price tag, I don't think the Chiefs are interested.
Come on.
I also think that that's probably the Jets GM claiming.
Correct. I mean, come on.
You're not trading him for a second, then.
No,
that was
I
like
would
the same
tell
rumor
no team to trade him for a second-round pick.
Same rumor that the Bengals were asking for a first for Trey Hendrickson. I'm like, yeah, and what? Like in the Miracle Land this 2 years ago? Like, no. You can ask for whatever you want.
I need to double check this. Did the Jets do the 5th-year option on Jermaine Johnson? God, there's a lot of players I need to look.
Jets do now have 2 first-round picks next year, 2 second-round picks next year, and 3 first-round picks in 2027. So
hey, they're doing great.
If they want Fernando Mendoza, they're not going to have any trouble getting whatever quarterback they want.
Look, so yes, what team is willing to eat money? Again, as I've said before, guys, you're not playing Christian Fulton. So how can you get out of that deal?
They did exercise the 5th-year option on Jermaine.
Okay, just wanted to double check that. So there is some now. Again, it jumps up a little bit, but you could manage that. The big question that I don't think people are talking about enough is, you gave Christian Fulton a real contract, and this man has not played. And I don't think the defense has necessarily suffered because he hasn't played. Again, I think it's more pass rush than coverage.
But teams are looking for corners.
Correct. So,
lots of teams.
So if you can't do it today, that would be quite the like, not only did we pay him, and he was kind of out of the mix early in training camp, but he came back. He's been largely a professional. He's been available at times this season. Now, hey, you made an investment in Noah Williams. Noah Williams, I thought, has been everything you could ask for a rookie cornerback as you're trying to bring him up slowly in the Steve Spagnuolo system for a rookie. Are you gonna play him? No. Like, if you're not gonna play him and you've already paid him, and he can't go somewhere else where he has a better chance of playing. And again, if you trade Christian Fulton, whatever the divvy up on the money is, that would give you more cap space to maybe acquire someone that can play for you.
So what are we talking from a draft pick? 6th?
Oh, I mean,
Conditional seventh?
It's a bag of balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like a conditional 7th round pick.
But if he's not playing for you anyway, it's
correct.
I
mean,
understand.
right? It's a salary dump.
I just worry the depth. It's the NFL. All of a sudden, Jalen Watson gets hurt. Then just all of a sudden, you're getting really thin. Like as much as it seems like they got depth.
I think they played Knowles before they played Fulton at this point. The same as they played.
Well,
Clyde
Knowles already
playing
playing.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Knowles already playing.
But I understand your point, Alex, to where it's like, hey, you're one injury away from being. And again, let me just remind people, Najee Johnson's ready, guys. He's just ready to come off IR. Just ready.
Okay.
You want to see Najee Johnson again? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the
yeah.
locker room. He is available.
Let's keep talking about this. I want to get your thoughts also on Josh Simmons, who reportedly is back in Kansas City. We got a lot to get to. It's trade deadline day in the NFL.